thinking about what did I want to talk about today, I wanted to focus on some broader themes that perhaps can put everything you already know into some larger and more useful context. And I want to do that because I feel as though we're living in a kind of split-screen universe. And depending on which part of the screen you're focusing on, you have a dramatically different view of the world. If you look at one part of the screen, your view of the world is regressing. It's almost like pre-scientific, a little bit medieval. You have a United States senator who thinks that sexually active young women, I'm sure you know some of them, should not be teachers. And of course that gay men should not be teachers. You have a candidate for the United States Senate who is against masturbation, which makes me wonder why she wants to get into the United States Senate, because that's practically all they're engaging in. You have a candidate for the United States Senate who was asked whether she saw evolution as a fact, and she wasn't sure. She wasn't willing to commit to evolution as a scientific fact. Of course, there are many of them who cannot commit to global warming as a scientific fact. Now, this is a universe that is very, very alien to the 18 to 34 universe that you are dealing with as marketers, as members of the media, etc. So you must wonder sometimes if that part of the split screen ends up prevailing, what are the people you are dealing with going to do? I think they'll probably duck under the covers with their iPhones and their iPods and check out. But fortunately, there is the other part of the split screen. And that's where what is happening is absolutely stunning, magnificent, and a source of incredible hope. And I say that as somebody who's been crisscrossing the country on my book tour on Third World America, looking at all that's happening to prevent us from becoming a third world country. And what's happening is that especially that demographic is basically giving up on Washington. They're not really looking to Washington to solve the problems. Some of them are even giving up on applying for jobs because there are so many more job applicants than there are jobs, that they're now going to Etsy.com or Bonanza.com or cafepress.com, and they're turning their hobbies into jobs. And at the same time, and that's the second key point I want to make, they're using this crisis in their lives, and there is no question that we are living through a major crisis, to reevaluate what matters to them. There is a huge value reset. I start in my book with the story of Dean Blackburn, who epitomized the American dream, because he was brought up by a single mom, a teacher, in Middle America, in Minnesota. He worked hard, he got into Yale, he had jobs for 17 years in high tech, and then he lost his job 2 years ago and has not been able to find another job. So he said to me, my whole view of the world has changed. I used to think that life was a trade-off. Either you would go for stability, a good job with a pension, have a family, be responsible, or you would follow your dream. And right now, I realize that there are no stable jobs. There is no real stability. Nobody can guarantee you anything. So you might as well follow your dream. So he's working on a high-tech dating system. I don't know if it's going to work or not. We'll find out. But the point is, he's following his dream. And a lot of people around the country are doing the same. And at the same time, they are coming to realize that the bottom line and making money is not everything.